Hi, my name's Keith Cooper from Northlight Images. This video is about selling prints, or more to the point, not selling prints. This is a Canon Pro 1100, which I've been testing, doing a lot of reviews of, and different videos looking at different aspects, making prints like this one here. Question I always get asked when I'm reviewing printers is, how should I go about selling my prints? Now, typically this comes in the form of what's the best online gallery for selling my prints? And right up front, I would say that an online gallery does not make a print business. Now, an online gallery, yes, it's somewhere where if somebody wants to buy one of your prints, you can point them to it and they can perhaps order it. Some of them have fulfillment services, but you're sort of outsourcing your printing. And I'm going to assume that anybody who asks me questions like that after looking at my testing of a printer like this, very high quality printer, I'd have no difficulty in selling the prints made by this, that they're looking to do their own prints and they want to sell their own prints. Now, why is an online gallery not a business? Well, it of itself doesn't sell your prints. Your prints are sold by people wanting to buy them. And now I'll come back to how you decide whether people want to buy your prints as a slightly different question. I'll come back to that one. But really, the online gallery analogy I've always used is that during gold rushes, typically the people who made the long and lasting fortunes were the people who sold the picks and shovels, not the people who went to hunt for gold. Sure, a few of them struck lucky, they were okay, but the real people who made consistent money, well, there were other businesses as well, but whatever, were the people who sold picks, shovels, the equipment to do it. That, in this instance, is the people who supply the online gallery solutions. Now, they will have all sorts of stuff. Now, they may offer things like being able to have your prints done on canvas and stuff like that. All good extras, but we'll come back to why do people want to buy your prints? Because the real people who make money in that are the people who charge you for the online gallery. Now, I've used various online galleries and there's nothing I would recommend in particular for it because they're all much of a muchness. They all have slightly different features and options. I'm sure it would be nice to have one where I can get some of my pictures printed onto mugs and things like that, but I can do that other ways anyway. But you still have to have somebody actually wants things. Because one of the problems with these online galleries is you're just looking at stuff on a screen. Now, sure, people are much happier these days just looking at stuff on a screen. But there is nothing, if you make big prints, this is, huge, the biggest print you can make from this, the impact of a large physical print like this cannot be underestimated. Well, you might think, well, where are people going to see my prints like this at this size? And that is in itself, if I stop this one from falling off, and that is of itself a very good question. Because if nobody knows your stuff is there, why would anyone buy it? When did you last look at an online gallery solution and thought, oh, I know what, I'll go for a wander and see what other photographers are selling pictures and if there's anything I like. If there are more than one or two of you, I would be very surprised. I certainly don't do it, other than just occasional bit of research just to see what the market's doing. Selling prints, if you want to do it as a business, and I'm saying do it as a business because a lot of people say, well, it would be nice to be able to sell a few of my prints. Yeah, sure, it'd be nice to be able to. It would be nice to be able to sell a few of my prints. I do sell a few prints, but they're almost always where people have seen the physical print and have gone, oh, I like that. Or they've seen that I've got an exhibition or something. Now, exhibitions is another matter altogether, and I have covered this in other videos in the past. Now, I do have a specific playlist for, I just loosely call it business of photography type videos. I've got quite a lot of them in the ones I've done over the last few years. But The key element is nobody will buy your stuff if they don't see it. How are they going to see it? Well, that's up to you. Now, it could be, and I'm only speaking for the market here in the UK, and also that's the market outside of London, which is different. So things could be different where you are. But that's something that you will have to find out as to what the market is where you are, where you want to sell your prints. Yes, there is a great feeling when somebody actually says, I want to buy one of your prints. Somebody thinks your work is worth them paying money for. Now, I'm a commercial photographer, so I actually expect that for clients, but that's for our commercial work, which is supplied usually digitally, not selling as prints. Interestingly enough, I have sold prints, because I'm an architectural photographer. I have sold prints to architectural practices and the like for display prints in their buildings, their offices, their boardrooms, meeting rooms and the likes like that, because I've done the work for them and I've just happened to have gone, oh, and by the way, obviously not this is Ely Cathedral, by the way, so, you know, not quite the subject, but they have gone, oh, I really like that print you did of our project at such and such. Now that's when I sell prints, and it's also because they're architectural practices, and I'm not giving away any secrets here. They've got more money if they're decorating the place, and they can pay a proper rate for the prints. I'll almost always be selling larger prints than this, because big prints impress people. The only problem is that if you live certainly in the UK, in a normal sized house, you don't probably have that much space on your walls to display many prints this size. Now, this is the standard size of print that I tend to show in the house. That means there's a limited number of places. Karen gets to go through which ones she likes, which ones she doesn't like, which ones she likes. And yes, I may not always like it, but she will say, I really like the colours in that one. They match the decoration. Don't get precious over it. If somebody wants to show one of your prints, if someone wants to buy one of your prints, accept that. You don't have to agree with their reasons for liking the print. It could be anything. And I go so far as to say that most of the time, you genuinely have no idea why someone truly likes a print. I've seen it at an exhibition, for example, where I've got a wall full of prints. And you can watch, and it's always fascinating when they're your own pictures. Ideally, the people don't know that they are your pictures. And you'll see people just wander along, and you'll see them stop and look at one picture and just stand there and look at it for a minute or two. I have no idea. I may have a bit of an idea, but I really have no idea what has caused them to stop and look at that picture. It could be all sorts of reasons. It's very interesting to ask people as well afterwards, because they don't, you've seen what their reactions are. They don't feel they have to be polite, because that's always the other thing. People will tend to be, they feel they have to be a bit polite if you've got an exhibition. Sometimes it's nice for somebody who goes, I really don't like that one. Ask them why. You don't have to agree with them. It's always interesting to know. But anyway, that is getting your prints seen and sold. Just having them online really doesn't have that impact. Now, if you have a successful print selling business and you promote it in other ways, the online gallery can be part of that business. But just, for the people who say to me, what online gallery should I use to sell my prints? My answer is always, I haven't the faintest. It depends who wants to buy them. Or I mentioned about who wants to buy them and getting reactions off people. Who told you that your prints are great and you ought to sell them? Have they ever bought a print? Have they ever bought any of your prints? Have you decided that, have you given them prints? When people say, I really like that print, you should sell them. Don't be afraid of asking, or perhaps just thinking, why are you saying that? Are you just being kind? I appreciate it. But obviously for myself, as a commercial photographer, the proof of that is, do they come back? Do they get me to do a second job for them? Do they buy the occasional print? I don't expect most clients ever to remotely consider buying a print. Print is a very different, separate part of our business. So there you go. Online galleries, build it, because they will not come. Take care, find out who actually wants your prints if you're going to try selling prints. It is great, yeah, when somebody says, yes, I'd like that print, and stumps up the money for it. But it's not necessarily as easy as some people would hope. And it matters not one jot how many competitions, how many prizes you've won. They are all useful marketing in some contexts, but they don't make it good. So there you have it. If you've got any questions, please do let me know. I've not done many of the business related videos for print and photography recently. So let me know what your interests and questions are in this area. And I'll do a few more, particularly while I've got nice printers like this sitting here in the kitchen, as Karen reminds me. Thanks for watching. Bye.